Hi, I'm Melissa. Welcome to Gentle Yoga and Wellness. Please make sure to subscribe so I can continue to post 3 new yoga videos each week. Today, I have a gentle yoga class for seniors and beginners. Throughout this class, I'll be showing different levels of modification. So please make sure to listen to your body today and do what feels right for you. Okay, let's get started. You can sit cross-legged like I'm sitting right now. If this is not comfortable for your body, another alternative would be to sit in hero's pose. If you have a yoga block or a folded up towel or blanket, you'll just come up onto your knees with your knees facing forward. You'll sit on the lowest setting on your block and just place that block right underneath your sit bones. So either sit cross-legged or in hero's pose. Start to roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, and sit up tall. Think about lengthening through the crown of your head. On your next inhale, start to tee your arms out wide. As you exhale, begin to twist over to your right. We'll do that again. Take a deep breath in, tee your arms. As you exhale, this time twist to your left. Let's continue that flow. Inhale and reach out. Exhale and twist. Take a deep breath in, expand through your chest. Exhale, come into your twist. Inhale and tee out the arms. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, twist to the left. Good, you can return to center. Just pause here for a moment. Begin to take your right hand down to your mat. Reach overhead with your left arm. We're coming into a side body stretch. You should feel a lengthening through the side of your body. So listen to your body here. It can be a little bit of a stretch, or if you want to take it deeper, and if it feels good, you can really reach through with that left arm. Just find your breath. Breathe into the stretch. Good. Take one more inhale, and then as you exhale, relax your arms down to the sides of your body. We'll do a few shoulder shrugs here. So begin to take your shoulders up, back, and down. We'll do that again. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Just continue this movement. So move your shoulders in a circular motion. And think about relaxing and releasing your shoulders. We'll do that one more time. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Good. Relax your shoulders down. Take your left hand down to your mat. This time, reach overhead with your right arm. So we're coming into that side body stretch. Now on the opposite side. You should feel a nice lengthening through your side body. And again, it can be a little stretch, or you can really reach through with the right arm. Just make sure that you're respecting your body today. Find your breath. Take one more inhale, and then as you exhale, relax your arms down to the sides of your body. Begin to rotate your head and take your gaze over to the right. Just pause here for a moment. And then once you're ready, slowly rotate your head and take your gaze over to the left. Good, you can bring your gaze back to center. If you're sitting on a block or blanket, go ahead and set that off to the side. We'll come to tabletop position. So you want to come up onto your hands and your knees. If you have any sensitivity in your knees, you're always welcome to place a towel or blanket underneath your knees. or a little bit of padding. Make sure that your knees are stacked right under your hips, and make sure your wrists are stacked under your shoulders. Spread your fingertips out wide and then take your gaze in front of you. We're going to do some cat-cows here as we start to warm up through our spine. On your next inhale, start to lift your chest. Take your gaze slightly up. As you exhale, begin to round your back. Inhale, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, hollow out your belly, round through the back. Inhale and rise, come to cow pose. And then exhale, round the back for cat pose. We'll do that one more time. Take a deep breath in and lift your chest. Exhale, slowly round your back. Good. And come back to a neutral spine. So just come back to tabletop position. From tabletop pose, we're going to move into high plank. So you can take your hands a little bit closer to the top of your mat. Begin to curl your toes underneath and then lift your legs off the mat. So you're going to straighten your legs. And we're going to work on our core strength here for a moment. If this is too intense in your body, you're always welcome to lower your knees. Find a level that feels right for you and just start to breathe into this plank pose. Think about engaging through your abdominals. So really squeeze in through the core. Take one more inhale, and then as you exhale, go ahead and lower your knees down to the mat. Slowly lower yourself all the way down, bend your elbows and come onto your forearms. So you're gonna uncurl your toes, push the tops of your feet into your mat. You're gonna lie on your stomach, and then you're just gonna bend your elbows and place the forearms and palms of your hands on the mat. This is called Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, we're coming into a very gentle back bend. And you want to think about squeezing your shoulder blades together to open the chest. Think about engaging your lower abdominals. So just as we did in plank pose, think about squeezing in with the core. Good, just breathe here. Take one more deep breath in, and then as you exhale, you can start to push yourself back up to tabletop pose. So come back to your hands and to your knees. In tabletop pose, this time we're going to rotate our fingertips to face behind us so that the forearms are facing the top of the mat. If this position isn't comfortable in your body, you can take your fingertips to face the side of your mat, or you can just stay in regular tabletop position. So take a moment, notice what feels good in your body today, and then very gently start to sway your hips. So just sway your hips from side to side, and gently move your shoulders one at a time. Just take a moment here to find some organic movement. And then once you feel complete, you can pause here. Start to rotate your fingers back to face the top of the mat if they're not there already. And we'll come into thread the needle pose. So for thread the needle, you'll want to reach your right arm to the top of the mat and then start to thread your left arm underneath. Relax your ear and cheek down to the mat. Keep your hips lifted up towards the sky. In this pose, you'll feel a nice stretch in your shoulder and then a lengthening and expansion all the way through your back. Good. Once you're ready, you can go ahead and come back to tabletop position. Begin to curl your toes underneath behind you. Sit back on your feet. We're coming into toe squat pose. In toe squat, you should feel a stretch in your feet and then all the way up your legs. We're stretching our fascia here. So this fascia stretch really helps with flexibility. In this pose, you want to roll your shoulders back and then lift through your chest. Think about sitting up tall. You can use your fingertips on your mat to just help support your upper body. Good. Let's take a nice deep breath in through our nose. And then a long, slow exhale through the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in through the nose. And then long, slow exhale through the mouth. Nice job. We'll come into puppy dog pose here. So keep your legs and lower body right where they are. Start to reach your arms to the top of the mat. Lift your hips and then start to lower your forehead down to the earth. If your forehead doesn't come all the way down to the mat, that's fine. Just take it as far as it goes. You should feel a nice shoulder opening here and then a stretch through your back. Slowly begin to rise and start to rotate to face the long end of your mat. Once you're facing the long end of the mat, you'll want to come back to hero's pose. If you have a block or blanket, you're welcome to place it right underneath your sit bones. So take your block on the lowest setting and place it underneath your sit bones. If you're not using a block or blanket today, you can also do hero's pose and you'll just sit on top of your legs. So either way, with a block or just sitting in hero's pose, get in position here, start to roll your shoulders back and lift your chest. We're going to take our hands to prayer center. Go ahead and bring your hands to prayer center. Once you're in position, take a deep breath in and lift your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, bend your elbows and take your hands behind your head. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, lower the arms back down to the body. Good. We're going to do that flow with our breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Take the hands behind the head. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, lower the arms down to the body. Good. You got it. Let's continue to breathe here. Inhale and reach. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, lower the arms down to the body. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, bend through the elbows. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, lower the hands to the body. Nice job. You can relax your arms down to the sides of your body. From here, start to extend your right arm out to the side. You want to flex the palm of your right hand. Take your left hand on top of your head and very, very gently pull your head to the side. We're coming into a gentle neck stretch here. So in this stretch, you should feel a stretch through your neck and then your upper traps. If you're like me, I get really tight in my shoulders. Sometimes I shrug my shoulders up to my ears. So this is a really good release in this stretch. Just take a moment here to breathe into this stretch. Let's take one more inhale. As you exhale, relax your arms down to the sides of your body. Let's do a few shoulder shrugs here. So take your shoulders up, back, and down. And then do that again. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. And just continue that circular movement with the shoulders. Think about relaxing and releasing your shoulders. Let's do that one more time. Take the shoulders up, back, and down. Great. Start to extend your left arm out to the side this time and flex through the palm of your left hand. Take your right hand on top of your head and then very, very gently pull your head to the side. So we're coming into that next stretch now on the opposite side. And again, you'll feel that stretch in your neck and then through your upper trap as well. Just pause here and breathe for a moment. Good. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, relax the arms down to the sides of the body. Begin to rotate your head. Take your gaze over to the right. Pause here for a moment. And then once you're ready, rotate your head and take your gaze over to the left. Good. You can start to bring your gaze back towards midline. If you're sitting on a block or a blanket, go ahead and remove that and place it off to the side. Start to thread your legs in front of you and come into staff pose. So for staff pose, your legs are extended out long. Find your sit bones. Make sure your sit bones are rooted into the earth and then sit up tall. So lengthen through your spine. Begin to take the sole of your right foot into your left inner thigh. From here, you'll sit up tall. And then we're going to come into a rotation. So you'll take your left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Begin to take your gaze over to the right. If this rotation is not feeling good in your body, you can always stay facing forward. Just make sure that you're listening to your body and respecting where you're at today. Good. Let's take one more inhale. Then as you exhale, begin to rotate to face forward. Extend both of your legs out long and return to staff pose. Sit up tall. From here, we'll come into a seated forward fold. So it looks like this. You can begin to take your hands down to your calves, to your ankles, or to the soles of your feet. Notice what is feeling comfortable in your body. Once you're in a position where you're feeling a gentle stretch, without any strain or discomfort, you'll want to start to relax your head and neck. So just start to take your gaze down to the earth. Once you're ready, you can slowly begin to rise and come back up to a neutral spine. From here, take the sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh. So we're just switching sides here. Sit up tall, and then if you'd like to add that rotation, you'll take your right hand on the outside of your left thigh. Begin to take your gaze over to the left. Good. Let's take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, you can rotate to face center. From here, bend both of your knees, and we'll just take a moment to windshield wiper our legs from side to side. Just releasing and relaxing from the stretches. Good. Let's do that one more time on each side. You can pause here, find stillness. Start to thread your legs behind you. Come to tabletop position. So you'll want to come up onto your hands and onto your knees. And just as we did before, take a moment to make sure your knees are stacked under your hips. And then make sure your wrists are stacked under your shoulders. Spread your fingertips out wide and begin to take your gaze in front of you. We'll do some cat-cows here. On your next inhale, begin to take your gaze slightly up, lift the chest. As you exhale, round through your back. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, hollow out your belly and round your back. Inhale and rise, come into cow pose. Exhale, around the back for cat pose. We'll do that one more time. Inhale and rise. Exhale, around through the back. Good, you can return to a neutral spine. So you'll want to just come back up to tabletop position. From tabletop position, we're going to move to high plank pose. So for high plank, begin to take your hands a little bit closer to the top of your mat. Curl your toes underneath you and then lift your legs off of the mat. So you'll straighten your legs behind you. Remember, we're engaging through our abdominals. So really think about squeezing in through the core. If this is too intense, you can always lower your knees, right? Listen to your body here. This should be challenging. This is a challenging pose. We're working on strength, we're working on balance and core stability. Let's take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly bend both of your knees. Take your elbows down to the mat so that your forearms and the palms of your hands are on the mat. Lower your body down to the mat. Push the tops of your feet into the earth. Come to Sphinx pose. Good. Sphinx pose, we're coming into that gentle back bend. And you want to think about squeezing your shoulder blades together here. You also want to engage your abdominals. So think about squeezing your lower abdominals in, just like we did when we were in plank pose. Nice job. Once you're ready, go ahead and push yourself up to tabletop position. So come up to your hands and to your knees. And then once you're in tabletop position, you have the option to rotate your forearms to face the top of your mat. So remember, we did this before. You can rotate those fingers to face behind you. We're going to come into a little forearm stretch here. If this is too intense, you can always take your hands out to the side or facing the top of your mat. So find an option that feels good to you. And then once your hands are in position, add that gentle sway with our hips. So gently start to sway your hips from side to side. You can start to move your shoulders a little bit here. Gently move your head. Good. Once you feel complete, you can pause here. Start to rotate your hands so that your fingertips are facing the top of your mat. Begin to reach your left arm to the top of the mat. Thread your right arm underneath and come into thread the needle pose. Thread the needle, relax your ear and cheek down to the mat. And keep your hips lifted up towards the sky. You should feel a nice stretch in your shoulder and then a lengthening and expansion all the way through your back. Once you're ready, slowly begin to rise, come up to tabletop position. From here, begin to curl your toes underneath you. Sit your hips back so that you're sitting on your feet. We're coming into that toe squat. Remember the fascia stretch all the way from our feet up our legs. Once you're in toe squat, roll your shoulders back and lift your chest. You want to sit up tall. Think about lengthening through the crown of your head. You can use your fingertips for a little bit of support here for your upper body. And then let's start to take a deep breath in through our nose. And then a long, slow exhale through the mouth. Good, let's do that one more time. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then a long, slow exhale through the mouth. Good. We'll come now to puppy dog pose. So keep your lower body right where it is. Reach your hands to the top of the mat. Start to lift your hips up. Take your forehead as far down to the mat as you can. It may not reach, and that's okay. You should feel a nice expansion through the shoulders here. Once you're ready, slowly begin to rise and begin to flip yourself over. Come on to your backside. Bend your knees and then reach both of your arms in front of you. Use your abdominals to very, very slowly lower yourself down to a lying position. So just take your time coming down here. Once you're lying on your mat, bend your knees and hug both of your knees into your chest. Slowly start to rock from side to side and give yourself a gentle back massage. So you can make a figure 8 pattern, or you can move in a circular motion. Just start to move in a way that feels good to your body today. Good. Once you feel complete, you can pause here, release your hands from your legs, and come into a comfortable lying position. So just relax your arms and legs. Gently roll your shoulder blades underneath you. We're coming into our Shavasana pose. So we'll take the next couple minutes here just relaxing and releasing in Shavasana. Once you're comfortable, begin to close your eyes and start to bring your focus, your awareness to your breath. As you breathe in and out, start to think about lengthening and expanding your breath. So really take your time as you breathe in and out. There's no rush. Just allow yourself to enjoy this moment. stay here for 3 more cycles of breath. Take one more long, slow inhale. And then take a deep exhalation. Start to bring some movement back to your fingers and your toes. Gently begin to rock your head from side to side. And then once you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Begin to rock onto one side. Use your arm to push yourself up to a seated position. And take your hands to prayer center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope to see you soon. Namaste.